Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Amused Jester. My name is Junior, and today we're going to be looking at He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection, Grizzlor. This is the hairy henchman of the evil horde, so he's coming from the She-Ra universe, which is, I guess, fitting since this is the 40th anniversary of the She-Ra cartoon, and you see Hordak over there. And here is the back. Interesting. As seen on He Ain't Heavy, modernizing and celebrating the original 80s She-Ra Princess of Power animated series. He's holding the Moon Mirror. This is part of the series that had Orko, Grizzlor, and Fangman. So let me take him out of the packaging and we'll look at the figure by itself. So there it is, out of packaging. We've already seen this mini comic. This is the Future Tense Part 5 of the Horde Invasion Saga. And we see the Moon Mirror with him, and it is very reflective. Very reflective. But it produces a distorted vision of, oh, not when you're looking close. Only when you're far away. It produces a distorted version of the image, which is kind of interesting because then you see a distorted vision, reflection of you. You can see right there, and that's cool. It's a very simple accessory, but very cool. And here's Grizzlor coming out of packaging, and again we straighten it out, and I'm so very thankful. I always have to say it on all my reviews of the cartoon collection. Man, look at that. That is just, again, similar to Fangman. He does have a rubber overlay. The design of the back is different than Fangman, wherein Fangman has two tabs. Here he only has the one tab, and they were able to pull it off. Honestly, you don't see the seam coming out here too much. Seems like Fangman had a better range of movement for the head. I guess I'm jumping to articulation, huh? My joints are kind of stiff. This is rubber, as I said, so it does tend to move out a little bit as you rotate the shoulder. 90 degrees. No bicep cut, but it does have a joint on the elbow that gives you 90 with a rotation. In and out on the wrist. A waist rotation. The legs gives you higher than 45, not entirely 90 degrees. The knee will give you, I'll give them 90 degrees on that with a rotation and a boot cut. And I love that horde symbol over here, very, very bright red against the black color of the boots. An ankle that goes down like so and goes up quite well with an ankle rotation as well. It does have the pegs if you want them, need them. Very simplified design that's basically mirroring what you see in the cartoons, right? So it doesn't, there's not a lot of fur detail, but it's there, it suffices. Very nice. I think it's very nice. There's the head over there, and then the bright red of the horde symbol again on the chest. I mean, I'm happy with it. The value, we'll go straight on to the value. This one value is 12. I don't know if I've ever actually devalued or undervalued a cartoon collection. I'm just like really happy getting what I've been receiving from this cartoon line. That's why I keep on buying it. Oh, he's showing a little bit of abs right there. But look, it has enough of a range of motion on the head, so you can just tilt it enough to give him a little bit of an attitude and everything. So yeah, so I'm very, very happy with this one. And I'm gonna kind of cut short with the review of this figure. It's a regular cartoon collection. I'm very happy with it with a value of 12. I'm cutting off this one because it just so happens that as part of the loot that's piled onto my review station, I do have, interestingly enough, the original version as they were initially designed Yeah, so it's still in packaging. This is the original concept art, but they didn't include the name of the artist, which is probably because it's still being. No, no, for this particular one, I believe they know exactly who it is. Mark something or Mark Taylor. No, I don't. I shouldn't really say the name since I'm not familiar. I don't remember. But this is the original concept art for Hordak and Grizzlor. So let me take it out of the packaging and we'll start comparing between the two. All right, so it's funny. I guess we're gonna go ahead and just review the Hordak Grizzlor concept art figures that I got. I wasn't going to, but since I have Grizzlor and I do like the cartoon collection Grizzlor, we're just gonna go ahead and review it. So, in comparison, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about comparing cartoon collection and the satisfaction I get from straightening out the legs to a Origins. I just cannot straighten these legs, these knees out, which is kind of a bummer for me because I feel like they should, but they're not. And again, I don't understand. I mean, it's purposely done that way, and because they're trying to evoke the Origins toy, but it just bugs the heck out of me that I cannot straighten these legs out or these knees out. But we'll do a review of the Grizzlor first and a comparison in the meantime. Maybe these are actually kind of straight. No, he's actually quite straight. Yeah, his knees are actually quite straight compared to regular. Huh. Anyway, so this is the concept art for Grizzlor. Can you see how much of a big change there is between the two? That's like more prominent Horde emblem. The head is like, man, those tusks are too big. Make it smaller, and it ended up being this small. But this has a more of like an elephant slash wild boar look, and yeah, he's really changed in this one. He still has the fur here, and it's funny that this is more detailed than the one we have on Grizzlor. No, it's not funny because this is Origins and this is cartoon, so the details are lesser intentionally. He has this thing on his bicep, and then these are clip-ons. It's kind of interesting. He's got robotic feet, or maybe that's just the boots. And then on top of that, he's got these massive claws that you put on his hands. Like, he's not feral enough that you give him these claws. Like, super menacing. I think these are the same claws that we are given in the Skeletor figure. Wow. Look at that, though. This is kind of fun with a slightly menacing look. This is extremely menacing with a slightly cartoonish look. Yeah, I just wanted to bring it. And then look at the eyes. Black eyes with that really creepy yellow pupils inside. And I guess the lower jaw is supposed to emulate some sort of metallic lower jaw. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how this character developed from here to here. I was thinking I could actually remove this and put it in this one just to mix match between the two, but then I'd have to mess around with this one, which I don't want to. This is actually a pretty good figure. Now, if it was full price, I can't remember what the full price of this one. I think it's like $39. If it was full price, I would not have purchased this. And I think I saw this set for $18, and I still didn't purchase it. It's like, yeah, it's too expensive. These are characters I'm not interested in. Even though in my mind I can make them as background characters and not Grizzlor. Maybe I could make him as Grizzlor's cousin. I still would not have bought the set for $18, but make it $9, and for sure I would buy it. And it was $9 at Target, so I went ahead and bought it. So kind of interesting. So yeah, that's Grizzlor for you. Oh my gosh, he is like completely menacing. Like, this is not Grizzlor. This is Death Grizzlor. Alright, so aside from Grizzlor, we're going to look at Hordak, because it just so happens that I do have a Hordak cartoon collection here. And the reason why I have him here is I'll pull the other guys out. Here is Man-E-Faces and Triclops. I saw these at Ross also at, I believe, $5.99 or $6.99. No, I think it's $5.99. Even though I already have these, I just went ahead and grabbed them because, you know, it's so cheap. Anyway, another interesting departure from the original concept line is Hordak. Like, I guess in this term, the reverse is true, wherein he wasn't intimidating enough, so they turned him into this figure, which I'm really happy that they did, because this is so different from what we've seen. I mean, obviously, they basically copied who Skeletor was and kind of made him more menacing. But look at how much it changed. This was Hordak. Kind of like a Brutus barbarian, and then ended up being like a complete alien. So knowing the history of Skeletor, wherein, you know, some sort of acid was thrown into his face that made him like this skull, maybe the same thing happened with this Hordak, you know. And he still retains the hand here, but there is a cut here. Too bad we can't just replace this one with that. Yeah, it's like, I'm glad they did, because this is not really that interesting. Can you imagine Hordak looking like this? This is more of a minion look rather than supreme leader of the horde. This is Hordak. This is just a minion. But again, you know, I got it for $8.99 for 2 figures. So he can, in my mind, he'll just change into a background character. Like a, yeah, just like a small minion. Hordak Jr. Oh, I can make him like Hordak's son. But yeah. Well, that's it for my review. Well, you know what? Let's value it. Is it going to be difficult to value this? It's $8.99 for 2 figures. Basically being like $4.50 each. So it's almost like the same price as I would have gotten from Ross. The value is $12, even though this knees irritate the heck out of me. It's just interesting to see these figures with how they ended up being. That's just amazing. Value 12 for the 2-pack for $8.99, because the base price of 10 equals to $9. I mean, how can I not value it at 12? It's a must get. Anyway, that's it for my review of the Grizzlor cartoon collection from the 40th anniversary of She-Ra, and the concept art for the 2-pack of Hordak and Grizzlor. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys on my next review. Bye.